What is up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Welcome back to the IRONMAN 70.3 series, episode 4, I think this is. But this morning we have a kind of interval workout, tempo kind of run. I'm now getting coached by Jack Sauce from Sauce Performance. So first week on a proper program. It's been a good week so far. Yesterday we had a ride and then a run off the bike and then lower body strength session. So the legs are pretty sore at the moment, but we're ready to go. I'll leave the session details over here. We've got 4.5k warm up, and then we've got 8 kilometers under over. So 1 kilometer at around 340 pace. So we're pretty much going in between, under and over, like my goal kind of pace for the 70.3. So it will be, goal pace is probably going to be around that 350 per kilometer. So the unders are going to be 340 per kilometer. The overs are going to be 4 minutes per kilometer. So we're going to go 1 kilometer 340 pace, 1 kilometer 4 minute pace, and we're going to do that for 8 kilometers all up, and then 2.5 kilometer cool down at the end. Fuel this morning, we had 2 pieces of sourdough with some Vegemite and butter, and also had 1 scoop of G1M Sport and 1 scoop of G1M Sport Plus with some water. I've got some electrolytes here for probably after we get the warm-up done and then after the workout. And yeah, we're going to get the warm-up started. We're going to do the 4 kilometers or 4.5, come back, swap these out into the alpha flyers, and then we'll get stuck into this 8 kilometers. All right, we've got Katie on the bike as well. We're running along the Tweed River this morning. I'm going to give her all my stuff, and then yeah, we'll get into it. Let's do it. So not everyone obviously swaps out shoes and kind of has a quick break after their warm-up, but usually find it's good. Get more life out of your carbon plated shoes, and just allows you to kind of recover for a minute before getting into like the main work, because once you get going you don't want to obviously stop, and if you can you want to execute the workout. So if you need to, yeah, just stop for a couple minutes, swap the shoes out, have a quick drink of water, and then you'll be good to go. All right, like I mentioned, starting off first K, 330 to 340, and then kind of like a float around 4 minutes, and then we go again, doing that 4 times, so 8K, and then we'll do the cool down. But yeah, let's do it. 3, 2. done. All right, so 8K's done. The quicker reps were around 3:30. I think one was a tad quicker, like 3:24 or something. And then the overs were around 3:50. And I think the last one was a bit quicker, but beautiful morning. Session's almost done. Just going to round it off to 15Ks. So it'll be just over 2 kilometers cool down. And then we'll be done. Me and Katie will go grab a nice coffee. Because she's been on the bike filming me. She's done a great job. All right, let's do it. Cool down to finish. All done. All right, run is done. 15.3 kilometers, hour and 3 minutes, 4:09 minutes per kilometer pace. But yeah, successful workout. I'll leave some details on the screen up here for you. But yeah, I think we're ready for a coffee. So we'll see you there. Okay, refuel going down. Finishing this bottle off that had the electrolytes in it. We've got 4 eggs, 4 pieces of bacon, just with all the fat cut off it. And we got 2 pieces of sourdough. I've been absolutely burning through sourdough at the moment. I have like 5 pieces a day. But yeah, this is meal 1 for the day. It is around 10 o'clock, so it's a bit late. Someone on my previous video was kind of asking what I do for work. And someone actually commented on it and said, well, you're pretty much watching what he's doing, which does kind of make sense. Like, yeah, I understand that not everyone can train like at this time of day and have the time that I do. But yeah, this is kind of part of my job, training, documenting the journey, sharing these videos on YouTube, brand partnerships like LSKD, BPN, are big supporters of me and my income and stuff. Plus I've also got my coaching and app and stuff like that as well. So yeah, training is a huge part of my job. It's literally the best job in the world. Like 3 or 4 years ago, if you guys have been watching my videos since then, I went from pretty much a full-time electrician to kind of doing casual hours. And yeah, a few years ago, I think it was probably 1 or 2 years ago, I committed to kind of stopping that completely, going all in on content creation and just social media and stuff like that. And I pretty much wasn't ready to do that until I got my contracts from LSKD and BPN. Those 2 contracts kind of allowed me to, yeah, take the leap and give up doing electrical work completely. And now this is my life. And I'm very fortunate every single day. I don't just, take this for granted. It's, some days, it's like any job. Some days you don't want to film kind of stuff and that. But some days I just want to go out and ride my bike and just be out in nature and not film anything. But then other days, I know the best thing I can do is kind of bring you guys along. And yeah, that's why I appreciate you guys watching my videos and supporting me, because I put in the effort kind of doing the videos. And yeah, it's great to see that you guys like them as well. But we may as well eat this food, I guess. And then I need to wash my bike. I went for a ride yesterday and it's absolutely filthy. So all right, we're going for a swim in about an hour or so. So this is my pre-swim meal. We've got beef mince, white rice, and some maple syrup on there as well. So she'll give me a heap of energy to smash this swim session. I'll go through it with you guys when we get to the pool. we've just arrived at the pool. Well, the pool is obviously above. We're in the car park. But I'm going to quickly go through the session that I've got scheduled for today. So 600 meter warm up, 300 meter swim, and then some drills. Sorry, Sauce, but I'm probably not going to do the drills. What I'm probably going to do is 500 meters, just easy warm up, and then 100 meter with the fins on. That will get me 600 meters for the warm up, and then the main set, 1400 meters broken up into 8 by 50 meters. The 50 meters, one hard, one easy, with 50-second recovery in between those. And then we have 5 by 200 meters pull and pads. I wear the buoyancy shorts, so I'm probably not going to use a pull buoy. But I've got the pads, so I'll be using those. So 5 by 200s at RPE 6, so relatively kind of easy, with 30 seconds rest in between those. So looking at this, relatively easy kind of session, finishing off with 300 meters cool down, which is like 100 meter swim, 100 meter kick, 100 meter swim, which I'll probably just do like 300 meters easy because I don't have a kickboard either. So a few things I might need to get, but yeah, basically going to do the main chunk of this session, but then the warm up and cool down is probably just going to be easy swimming. But yeah, no more talking. We better get up there and get started. So before the session today, I've got 1 scoop of G1M Sport Plus in here with a scoop of electrolytes. And then in my bottle that I usually just sip on in between sets, I've got 2 scoops of G1M Sport in there as well. I have had issues, not recently, but I have before. If I don't get enough fluids and sodium back into my body after like a tough morning session, then I have occasionally cramped, particularly pushing off the end of the blocks. But haven't had that for a while, but yeah, just need to make sure that I'm on top of fluids and sodium after those hard sessions. But yeah, this one sounds good. Looks like a good session on paper. So yeah, let's get up there and let's get it done. Okay, that is the afternoon swim done. Enjoyed pretty much the whole session. One thing that kind of annoyed me though, the first 500 meters that I did, calculated at 450 on my watch. So that kind of less annoyed me from the start, because then it like, yeah, brings your average pace down for like the whole kind of session and then just plays with your head. Anyway, not that bad. I think you can edit it online or something. But other than that, session went really good. One other thing, after I literally told you guys that I've cramped in the pool before, hasn't happened in ages. I had the flippers on pretty much near the start and just pushed off the end, and my hamstring just was locked up completely. Which, yeah, hasn't happened for a long time. And it kind of locked up to the point where it didn't just stretch back out. I swam about 25 meters with my hamstring just like in a ball until it finally kind of like, stretched out a bit, and then I finished it off. And after that, it didn't happen again. But yeah, coincidentally, after I tell you guys that I haven't had cramps for a while, it happens. I don't know why. I'm assuming it's probably from, pretty decent running session this morning, and maybe just not enough fluids and sodium. I probably need to have more sodium, even or just electrolytes in general, even though I know I have a lot. Probably just need to keep on top of the fluids, and maybe even just stretching out my hamstring and stuff before I go in the pool might be a good idea. Other than that, really good. The 5x200 meters, which was the main part of the swim, went pretty well. I'm getting used to the pads. They are really, really good, because after you use those for, I did the 5x200s, after that, when I finished with just a 300 meter cool down, you're just kind of used to pulling more water because of them. So straight away, you just your form's better, you catch, and just all that, everything just seems to feel better, and you seem to go a bit faster. So we're making progress. It's it's one of those things, swimming. It's still probably the thing that I need to work on the most, but I'm definitely getting more comfortable at it. It's taken a long time, so if you are just starting swimming, I was probably horrible for a good kind of year or so, and now I'm only just getting the hang of it, so it takes a bloody long time. It's probably, I know there's still a lot to work on my form, but yeah, it's coming along all right. So that's pretty much the day of training done. I'll see you guys at home. Okay, post-swim meal, we've got some Greek yogurt in there, mixed with a scoop of BPN choc peanut butter protein. And then I got this come in today, this company from Tweed Heads, which is close by, salted caramel peanut butter. It's supposed to be fairly natural, no kind of bad stuff in it, so I've put some of that in there as well. Should taste pretty damn good. All right, you guys probably think I eat this every single night, but I swear it's only, it just ends up being when I film for YouTube. But we've got nearly 2 kilos of beef brisket in there with, it's been on for nearly 10 hours, just cooking in some bone broth with salt and herbs and stuff. Over here, we've got some tomato, avocado, cheese, spinach, and we're just going to make a couple wraps for tonight's dinner. Dinner is sorted. That looks so good. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up the video here. Me and Katie are just having an ice cream while we're organising and booking our Europe trip, which is straight after the half Ironman. We're going to Europe for a month, so we're pretty excited, but we're just finishing off a few things and just organising everything, so we're ready to go. But ice cream before bed. Hope you guys that just doesn't sound right. Ice cream before bed's probably not the best thing to have before bed with all the sugar, but oh well, it tastes good. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. IRONMAN 70.3 prep episode 4. I'll see you on the next one. See ya.